Today on The Occult Detective, things are going to get spooky. So, I used to run a feature on my blog called Thank God It's Fright Day. As I record this, it is Friday. The summer solstice occurred yesterday. Tonight we have the full mead moon. So yeah, it's a very magical time, a very spooky time, if you will. So I thought that maybe I would show off a few books I just picked up that are in that spirit. So let's begin with probably one of my biggest influences growing up, and that would be Hans Holzer, and this is his True Ghost Stories. This is a reprint, Barnes and Noble edition. It's full of classic true ghost tales, if you will. Holzer, I think I probably discovered him on Mike Douglas, maybe Dick Cavett. I don't. It was one of those early talk shows in the mid '70s. Certainly, I became entrenched in his work, through In Search Of with Leonard Nimoy. He was a very captivating figure. He had the interesting accent, Austrian born, I believe, and just brought an air of respectability, at least to me as a child. Now, he did do some questionable things. He certainly doubled down on Amityville, and he had some strange books that he attached himself to. But it was, it was the 70s, and the occult and spookiness were everywhere. And he capitalized on that. He really did. But, that being said, Holzer, was a huge influence. And, him and like John Keel and Hynek and, the Warrens, and just, it was a wild and woolly time, It was a great time to be a kid and being fascinated with high strangeness. So, yeah, so I own multiple copies of this thing, and so this is definitely going to be passed along to somebody who hasn't had a chance to read it, and it would do some good. Also picked up Haunted Britain and Ireland. This is a nice hardcover, another Barnes and Noble edition. They do a lot. This thing is really gorgeous. Great photographs throughout. It's it harkens back to sort of the like the Time Life books. Like your Man, Myths, and Magics, and your Mysteries of the Unknown, those type of things. But yeah, this is a really just a terrific resource, and you can't pass something this gorgeous up. Now, here's something. I was kind of friends with this author back in the early 2000s, Patricia Telesco. This is Ghosts, Spirits, and Hauntings. This book was published by The Crossing Press. When I knew her, she was I think she was a Wiser Books author. Yeah, I thought this might be an interesting read. Whether it sticks around or not, it's hard to say, but yeah, so Telesco, she wrote all kinds of books on witchcraft, magic, and such. And so, yeah, I'm kind of interested to see what she has to say about ghosts and hauntings. These next couple of books are a little more bread and butter. We have Ghost Stories of Illinois by Joanne Christensen. This published by Lone Pine. I think these came out in the early 2000s. Yeah, this one came out in 2000. So basically, not heavy on photographs, but goes through some of the more famous hauntings in and around Illinois. And I picked this up alongside more Chicago haunts, scenes from myth and memory. So this just kind of accentuates, Chicago area in particular. This is like a second book in their series, and I thought these would be, interesting reads. What with Illinois being my neighbor. Now, a little closer to home, we have Ghost Stories of Indiana. So looking at the table of contents, it's kind of interesting. It's broke up into haunted houses, ghosts in public, haunted universities, historically haunted, bridges and transport, haunted cemeteries, and legends of Indiana. So yeah, this is pretty interesting. Nothing shocking in here. Nothing, looking through this table of contents, I'm pretty familiar with everything in here and have been to the majority of these locations. But it's nice to read somebody else's interpretation of those, and who knows, there may be a little tidbit of information in here that maybe I am missing, and so certainly worth a look. All of these books will probably end up being resold because I like to pass that knowledge along, and there's a lot of young up and coming ghost adventurers out there that probably need resources like that a lot more than I do, especially if you were to see my library in the old war room. You would understand that it's overwhelming. I think that's the word for it. All right, so that's all I have for you today. I thought, nice spooky books at this magical time of year would be apropos, and I am currently reading Beware the Banshee's Cry. This is an advanced reader's copy that I received from Llewellyn. This is a book that deals with the Banshee folklore, and it's subtitled Folklore and History of Messengers of Death. So this has been really good so far, and I'll have a review on it later. So enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the full moon tonight. I'll be out investigating a local haunt this weekend, and so maybe I'll share some insights from that. So until next time. There's a goblin on my shoulder.
He is Bob, eager for fun. He wears a smile. Everybody run.
Here is the man himself.
Wow, Bob, wow.